today? All right. Today on the podcast, we have Ashlee. You are our first repeat guest today. We have Ashlee Livingstone, who is a breathwork facilitator, who is back with us today to kind of talk about, we talked about this episode. We're recording ahead of time, but it's going to come out around the holidays when things can kind of get stressful, even though it's we think of the holidays of being, a happy time of life. But we'd love to just learn from you today, Ashlee, about managing stress and our mental health and things like that. So anyways, I've said too much. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast again today, Ashlee.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lori, for having me. I'm excited that I am your first repeat guest.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
I'll
So
have
I'm
another
excited.
one this month, but yeah,
Perfect.
good month for it. So,
Yeah. So let's
well,
chat.
yeah.
Stress, holidays. I'm
Mhm.
going to throw in probably family causing stress at the
Oh,
holidays.
right. Yes,
Not to like
family.
name it specifically,
Uh-huh.
but
Holiday
that's
get-togethers, family, traveling, financial pressure, whatever
Mhm.
else you want to throw in on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it all starts to compound. And I've
Mhm.
said before we hit record that, one of the ways that I'm looking at the work I'm doing now and the people that I'm working with is having this idea somewhere, somehow, we've all been told like the goal is to live a stress-free life.
Mhm.
And I think that that's kind of impossible.
Right.
It's like living a perfect life. Perfect is also not a thing. And that adds stress because you're just like, why am I so stressed? I'm supposed to live this stress-free life. And
Mhm.
stress is always going to happen. And our bodies need to know that it is okay to respond to stress. The
Mhm.
challenge comes when we don't have good stress management practices
Mhm.
that allow us to face those stressful moments and then move through them with ease. Does that make sense?
Yes, I love the way you said that. Yeah, and I was thinking that as you were talking is if we have this expectation that life shouldn't be stressful, where it's like we're setting ourselves up for failure,
Yeah.
because when we're constantly experiencing these stressors and going, "Oh, I shouldn't," or I think too, we think we should feel a certain way,
Mhm.
and when we don't feel the way that we think we should, then there's even more pressure and stress to not feel the way we feel or
Yeah.
or
Or
think the things we think or
or what I hear often is like, what am I doing wrong?
mm,
Why can't I figure out this stress-free life? Right? Like, why can't I figure out, self-care and make it feel so amazing all the time? I we're just putting so much additional pressure. And I think the holidays specifically adds to that pressure because again, we're told it's time with your family. You should be enjoying time with your family. What a magical time of year. You need to buy the perfect gift. You need to create the perfect dinner or experience or like wait for those faces of your children's eyes lighting up. Like all of this stuff
yeah.
gets so built up that when it doesn't feel that way to us, we're just like, what
Mhm.
did I do wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that stress starts to add up and we're
Mhm.
not we're not living in the moment. We're living in some like fantasy or we're trying to live to some expectation.
Mhm.
And that in amongst itself can be extremely stressful for people.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What do you think it is? It more you think the way we're conditioned, that we're culture, like that we have these expectations, we've just been told like we should,
Yeah.
yeah.
100%. There's
And then we put them on ourselves because we think that's what we should be
yeah.
doing.
Yeah. And like the generations who came before us did it. And maybe maybe you looked at your family and you can look back now and be like, whoa, I'm not actually sure my mom ever really liked Christmas or the holidays. It seemed like
Mm,
she was very stressed. I don't want to do that. And then next thing you know, you're sucked into it
mhm,
because it's all around you. And one of the things that I love to work with people on is creating space,
mhm,
creating a grounding practice through breath work to help you not feel that reaction to have to
mhm.
just like jump in and buy the gift or say yes to the holiday party or invite all
Uh,
the people over to your house or all of those things that when you don't have clarity,
mhm,
right? And let's, at the time of this recording, you're coming off a bit of a cold. Your
mhm.
defenses are probably a bit down. You're probably more tired than normal.
Yep.
So every decision probably feels a little bit harder. Like,
Mhm.
what's the easy answer? The easy answer is yes.
Mm, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
The easy
Yeah.
answer is yes. But the right answer is often no,
Mm,
right? The right answer for you might be like, no, I'm not, we're not making that birthday party, or no, I can't do 3 holiday parties in one weekend. Like that
mm,
doesn't feel good to me. But when you're so stressed and so caught up in it all, you don't actually have clarity and space to thoughtfully make those decisions.
mhm.
And so we end
Yeah.
up getting ourselves into these situations that we actually don't want to be in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, to tie in, I'm glad you started to say kind of creating that space. And something you said earlier I was going to ask you about was you were talking about like allowing your body to feel safe. Can you kind of talk
Mm.
about, or I guess maybe a good place to start if somebody didn't hear your prior episode and has no idea what breath work is, can you give us just a quick like if they Googled what would Wikipedia say,
Yeah.
what exactly is breath work?
Breathwork is the conscious act of intentional breathing, right? We are all breathing, regardless of where you are listening to this, you're breathing
Right.
unconsciously, right? Our body knows how to do it to keep us alive every day, all day. Breath work is a bit of a combination of meditation and moving that breath through your body. It can stimulate your sympathetic nervous system when you want to move energy, right? So
Mhm.
you're in that fight or flight and you really want to like get some of that energy out. It
Uh-huh.
can also trigger your parasympathetic nervous system to help you feel calmer, more relaxed, right? That rest and digest
Mhm.
area. And it has a lot of purpose in either way.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to stress management, I talk a lot with my clients on, the parasympathetic nervous system
Mhm.
and how it feels in our bodies to calm ourselves down, to give ourselves space
Mhm.
to feel calm. If we are constantly living in fight or flight, which most people are,
Yeah.
most people spend most of their time in that activated state. So every little thing bugs
Mhm.
you, every little thing adds on top of the next. You don't even know what it feels like to make a decision from a calm, clear space.
Mm.
And that's what breath work has been so helpful for myself personally and my clients to just come down
Yeah.
to this space of like grounded, present, calm. And
Mhm.
let's try making decisions from this place as opposed to a super reactive, almost that like knee jerk reaction space of activation in our sympathetic nervous system.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm just thinking of bringing it back to our context of the holidays, like
Mm.
how much, yeah, when you're busy and go, 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 and you're in fight or flight, when you have all these demands on you, then you're making decisions. Like you said, you end up in these situations you don't want to be in because you're
Mhm.
not able to make those decisions from a calm place.
Yeah. Like how
So,
many times have you gone shopping and you've got a budget, you know how much money you want to spend, and there's just, it's busy and it's crowded and there's pushing and there's all of the things and the music is loud and it's just loud.
mhm.
My system personally gets very activated when I'm in overstimulating situations like that. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, even my purchasing decisions
Mm,
go become less thoughtful. And I'm just like, whatever, I'm grabbing this. I don't care.
yeah.
And I end up spending more money than I would have, than I had planned to,
Hmm.
because I'm not feeling calm.
Hmm.
Right. When I can go to the mall and I put my headphones in, I listen to like either really good music that makes me smile or super purposely calm music so I can't hear anybody else. And I work really hard at just like making sure I get there in a calm resource place.
Hmm.
I'm less triggered by all of the overstimulation going on around me,
Mm.
chaos of it all.
That's
That's
so
even just
good.
like one example of it.
Like there's a tip right there. When you
Yeah.
need to go do those things you need to do that are, yeah, maybe put your earbuds in to put yourself in a calm place. Yeah.
Yeah. And do some
That's,
breathing. One of the quickest ways to feel calmer and quickly activate your parasympathetic nervous system is deep breaths just in and out through your nose. When we breathe in and out just through our nose, we tell our bodies that it's time to rest. It is safe to rest. And and you can do that. That's free. You can do that anywhere at any time.
yeah.
Right. So even now, depending on where you're listening, if you just take 3 deep breaths in and out through your nose, see how you
Mhm.
feel. Right. Right. After 2 breaths, I was like, oh, I feel
Yeah.
calm already.
Immediately I realized how much I was holding my shoulders up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I took a deep breath, I went, oh, drop those shoulders down, release that
Yeah.
tension.
Mm-hmm. And the more you do that on a day-to-day basis,
Mhm.
your body gets really used to it. So I talk about this all the time. So even after that first deep breath, my body's like, oh yeah, here we go. It's
Yeah.
like,
Like
yes,
I know how to do this.
I know how to do this. I know how to relax.
Uh-huh.
And that can be so helpful. So if you're at family get-togethers or you're out shopping or you're even just planning your week and it is looking full, deep breaths
Mm.
in and out through your nose specifically to just come back into your body, allow yourself to just calm, feel that calm even if it's just for a moment.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So is that like to speak to, I've had clients that I've worked with where I've brought this recommendation to them, and
Mm,
sometimes they can resist. It sounds like, oh, just stop. I do take deep. I remember this one client in particular. She's like, I deep breathe all the time, and so she really resisted that slowing down. Is that kind of an example of if somebody were to do like a breathwork session, what are they, if they've never experienced that before, you know what what is what does it look like?
yeah. So breath work can, I do long sessions, I do short sessions.
Mm-hmm.
I really see breath work now more and more as like regular maintenance for your mental and emotional body.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone can wrap their heads around needing movement and exercise and nutrition for your physical body,
Mm-hmm.
and the benefits that that gives to your physical body. You know that going to the gym one time is not going to get you the body of your dreams or whatever it is. You're not necessarily going to be as strong or as fit or all of the things. This is what I now think about breath work is it is an ongoing practice that supports your mental and emotional well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you practice it, the easier it is to learn how to move through those big emotions,
Mm-hmm.
how to create vision and clarity, so heighten focus, and to really come back into the present moment. Right? I think a lot of what many of us struggle with when it comes to stress is we're living in the future, right? What's going to happen? What do I have to do? Or we're living in the past, rehashing, reliving, um, going over what did I say wrong? What happened? What didn't I do? All of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And this constant practice of breath work helps you just come back into the moment so much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I still, sometimes something will happen and be like, oh, I shouldn't have. I know now how to come back into the present moment, to move through those feelings and get myself more grounded. So, a regular practice of breath work might look like every morning or every night before bed, doing 10 minutes of active breathing. I always like to have like a mantra or an intention,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's releasing my day or setting an intention for my day, preparing myself for what I know may be a stressful week with lots of
Mm-hmm.
things going on. It's like, what do I need to do and feel in my body to be more focused? So, always having an intention and breathing, being so focused on your breath.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it differentiates from meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Meditation is focus on nothing, focus on the nothingness and that spaciousness. Breath work is really good for people who struggle with meditation because you focus on the breath. You
Mm-hmm.
focus solely on that breath coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the breath pattern, it helps you stay focused on it. And then it cracks open your subconscious. Then it
Yeah.
kind of does its beautiful work for your body.
Uh-huh.
Um, and you don't have to feel guilty for not focusing on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a great way to say it. Yeah, that's perfect. So, and just to speak to that, so if tell us about, if somebody's hearing this and they're like interested in trying breath work, how do you work with clients? What's a way that they could maybe try, get involved, things like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. So I actually have, I started a group program, a group membership similar to like a online yoga membership or a gym membership where I host 8 sessions a month for people. You can come to as few or as many as you want. If you can make all 8 sessions, that's amazing. Um, so I host 8 live sessions a month, and then everyone has access to those recordings as well. So to practice on your own time or practice every day if you want to. So that membership is $43 a month. And my hope with that was it was a bit of a no-brainer, right? 8 sessions for
Yeah.
$43. Like
Yeah.
that's
$5 a session, maybe. Yeah.
exactly. And really it's about building that consistency and getting people to practice this like you would practicing movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Building this into a daily, weekly habit. And then I also work with folks one-on-one. The one-on-one sessions, we tend to dive a little bit deeper because I can customize them for you and whatever's happening and going on in your life. Oftentimes people have something that they're just stuck on. Like
Mm-hmm.
they can't figure out why they keep self-sabotaging or can't figure out why this one, why does dinner with my mom always trigger me? That's the big one. I love my mom. And this could be a thing, right? Is like, why does it always trigger you?
Yeah.
We can't think it away all the time. we need to understand like why our body is having that reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And breath work can be really amazing for digging deep into your subconscious and actually teaching you how to move through, heal, and release.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are constantly like with business, self-sabotaging, being triggered by other people, your kids, your family, keeping up with the Joneses, or, you know, feeling
Mm-hmm.
that competition, comparison, all of those things. Breath work can be really amazing one-on-one to explore and figure out like why, and then teach yourself something different.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. And teach yourself something different.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to keep believing the things you believe just because you've believed them your whole life,
Mm.
right? The holidays don't have to be stressful just because we've been told that it's a busy time of year and it's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard from so many people, every time of year is a busy time of year. Kids getting out of school for the summer, that's a busy time
Yes.
of year. Kids going back to school into the fall, well, that's a busy time of year.
Yeah.
The holidays, oh, that's a busy time of year, right?
Every time. Yeah. When
Every
is it
time of
not?
year is a busy time of year because we've just keep telling ourselves that is a busy time of year.
Yeah. Yes.
So we can believe something different and we can manage it differently.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. So, okay, so if someone is listening is interested in the breathwork membership or maybe working with you one-on-one, how do they go about getting in contact with you, finding you, all that
Yeah.
kind of
So I hang out on Instagram all
stuff?
the time. So you can follow me there. It's Ashlee.Livingstone.
Mhm.
And then I have links there actually to my membership. And I'm always open too. So if you're connected with me on Instagram and you're just like, I don't know, I've never done breath work before. I don't want to sign up for a whole month. What if I don't like it? Just send me a DM, send me a message, and let me know that you want to give a session or a week a try. And I'm always happy to have people give it a try. Right. And if you hate it and you're like, whoa, I don't love that, then that's
Mhm.
cool. Right. But if you try it and you're like, okay, this is for me, I want to see how
Yes.
this can continue to support my body, my mind, and how I manage and move through stress. And then you can always have the option to sign up for the month after that. But just reach out to me, have a conversation, and I'm always
Yeah.
happy to have people to give it a try.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you said the price point on the membership was $43 a month,
Yeah,
right?
43 a month. And if you have any Canadian friends who are listening, I offer that at par as well because I'm Canadian and I always have to
Uh-huh.
pay for everything in American. I give my Canadian friends that membership
Nice.
price at par.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ashlee. I just encourage anybody, yeah, who's listening and maybe, yeah, struggling to kind of manage those emotions right now in this time of the year
Mm,
to reach out, to give your membership. Shoot, that's like a great Christmas present for yourself, right?
absolutely. Yeah. Or buy
Do
it for a friend, buy it for your family.
great
Um,
gift idea.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Not a, ugly sweater or I'm just trying to think of sometimes we get gifts that, it's like, I'm never going to use this, or,
Yeah.
it's like you feel like that happens with us. We have family members who really like to give gifts. We're not big gift givers.
Mm,
And so we end up getting things, it's like, I just feel like we're just spending money for the
yeah.
sake of giving gifts. But
Yep.
man, to give something like this that really could impact somebody's life in a big way would be huge.
Yeah.
So,
And think about that too as you start off, you kind of wrap up 2023 and you head into a new year. It's like
mm,
how do you if you're tired of feeling stressed and tired and overwhelmed all the time,
mm,
like do something different.
yeah,
Try something different. And the thing about breath work is you have access to it, right? We're all breathing.
right.
Um, you can do these membership classes from your bed. You can do it from your living room. You can do it from your
Mhm.
basement, wherever you find space. Some of my clients even do it in their car parked, never driving. But,
Yeah.
before they even go into work or before they end their day. So
Mhm.
you can do it from anywhere, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to do your makeup, you don't have to get dressed, like you don't have to do
Yeah.
any of that stuff. You just have
Love
to
it.
show up and breathe.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much, Ashley. This has been great.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Yes, yes. It was very much needed. We all need some breath work in our life. So
Thank you.